Yo, what is up, guys? This is RizzyPOW, and we are here with the battle versus well, not the battle. We're here with like the pre-game thing, so you guys can see my team of the battle versus Call Me 911. This is week 3 of the GPC, and you guys saw Dan right there because Dan is a cunt. Yeah, that's it. Dan's a cunt. But yeah, so this is my team bringing. We're gonna be going up against Call Me 911 or Bob, the GPC Season 2 and Season 3 champion, as well as the owner of the league. So this is actually a really scary game, just because he's a really good opponent. I have a pretty good matchup versus his team, but it's just scary because he runs some cool sets and stuff, and he's a good team builder. So that's why I'm scared. But if you want to skip to the actual battle, make sure to go and check the thing in the description. You will be able to skip to the actual battle if you really want to, but I really suggest that you should go and check this stuff out because it's going to be great and you're going to see my team and stuff. But what else do I have to see? I think that is it. Let me just read off both of our teams real quick. So my team is Megazard X, Jirachi, Togekiss, Nidoking, Selgor, Rodamo, Alamamomola, Snorlax, Scrafty, Rhydon, Torkoal, and Avalugg, and of course all the stats of it is on the screen. My opponent has Clefable, Latias, Mamoswine, Scolipede, Gourgeist, Vaporeon, Bronzong, Liepard, Mega Aerodactyl, and the amazing Drober. So Drober is obviously just a meme pick. It's not. I don't think he's gonna bring it. I mean, he said he's gonna bring it in his team analysis. He's gonna bring it at least once, like against a certain team. But I don't think that'll be my team, and I'm hoping it isn't because I mean, actually, I wouldn't mind facing a Drober, to be honest. But yeah. Also built this team right over here with Bob, so that is pretty cool. I built it with Bob and not Bob. What the fuck? I built this team with Tom. Yeah, so yeah, just gotta say that. But the first thing that we decided to build the entire team around was Megazard X, and we decided to go with a sub Dragon Dance plus 2 attacks variant. It's a really offensive Megazard X. It's the first time running like a really offensive Megazard X. Other times they've been really bulky, but this allows me to like check stuff like Clefable and it just outspeeds the majority, like not the majority, but it outspeeds a lot of his team. It just doesn't outspeed like any Scarfers, Scolipede, Liepard, and Mega Aerodactyl. I think that's it, and Latias. So actually, it doesn't outspeed that much. But after Dragon Dance, it'll outspeed his entire team besides some Scarfers. So that is pretty cool. I think I might even need 2 Dragon Dances up to outspeed Scolipede because of Protect, or I could predict and go for another Dragon Dance on his Protect. But yeah, this is the thing. I got sub because, you know, I can dodge T-Waves and Toxics from, you know, Vaporeon and Clefable. And then my second mod right here is the Jirachi. I originally had Chuckleberry just to take on Mamoswine a little bit better, but I decided to go with Leftovers because this thing is one of my only things that can take on Latias comfortably. So this is my rocker. We got Iron Head and Body Slam to paralyze stuff like that Latias. We also got Healing Wish because I can if this thing gets set up and stuff and then it gets to a point where it might die soon, I can always switch it out to Healing Wish and do the whole thing all over again. So that's the point of Healing Wish, and then, you know, rocks and stuff. I don't got Wish Protect because I have them in Alamomola. But yeah, so ooh, my everything froze. What is going on? There we go. So my next mon is going to be Avalugg. So this is the first time we're bringing Avalugg, which is pretty cool and probably the last time. I mean, I don't know if he'll have a good matchup. We'll see. He might have a good matchup, so I shouldn't really say that. But he has a really good matchup versus his team. He helps me beat Mamoswine, and it also helps me beat Scolipede to break Scolipede's subs as well. I'm pretty sure it breaks Scolipede's subs. I should definitely double check that. But and I might change his team. I battle Bob in about an hour, so kind of scared about that. But yeah, this thing just is pretty good versus team. I also have Roar. I originally had Iron Head, but Iron is, it's good versus team, but it's Roar is just better just in case like he ends up setting up with Clefable and I end up not having like a good switch in for it or something. So there, that's one thing. Also, if he has like a cursed Mamoswine, like a cursed Rest Sleep type Mamoswine, I don't think he'll bring it. But if he has that, it sets up on this thing and also this thing, which are my 2 switch-ins for his Mamoswine. So that could be a problem. So that's why I have the Roar. What else? I think that's it pretty much. Also, like, if he is, I mean, I break Scolipede subs, but if he wants SD and stuff, maybe I might just word out as well, because I don't think I might break his sub, but I still don't do that much, and you might be able to set up multiple SDs on me, who knows, but, yeah, that's my team over there, and next we got Alavamola. Another thing I can switch into Mamoswine, I also have the Spadef, so I can easily take a freeze dry, unless he's, like, a really Spadef and, no, special attackly invested Mamoswine, which actually might be, if I'm being completely honest, but also have, this thing, which you might have superpower for, but it doesn't do that much. It is quite a bit, but I can definitely take 2, especially after the drop. So, not too worried about that. Rocks might be an issue, though, but I also have this thing now. I'm running Scald over, no, I'm running Waterfall over Scald because, one, I'm really scared about a Spadef Mega Aerodactyl because that thing can be like sub Home Claws and then it can have 2 attacks, or it can have Roost, and that's kind of scary. I don't want this thing to be set up fodder for Mega Aerodactyl, and I can definitely see Spadef Mega Aerodactyl coming versus me, just because my team has a Scald, no, not Scald, I mean, he can set up on this, and he doesn't need any speed investment to naturally outspeed my entire team. Besides the Selgorn, if he's Spadef, he can easily deal with the Selgorn, unless I'm like Final Gambit, but, and if he's behind the sub, I'm pretty sure I'll only be able to break his sub. So that's one thing. Yeah, I could definitely see Spadef as Spadef Mega Aerodactyl coming, or at least enough Spadef to take a Scald. So I went with Waterfall just because, you know, it also lets me break its sub from that, and it's not like I need Scald that often. It also breaks Spadef Drover's sub, where Scald actually doesn't. So that's another thing, just in case, you know. I don't think he's going to bring Drover, but who knows. Toxic allows me to 1v1 stuff like Vaporeon. Toxic and his team is just really nice in general. One thing that's nice about Skull that I'm not going to be getting now is that I could burn Scolipede, but I really think he's going to be a Lumberry Scolipede either way. I think he's going to be like SD, either Spikes, or he's going to be SD sub. So that is pretty cool, and yeah, these 2 things take on Mamoswine relatively well. And then my next mon is going to be Nidoking, and Nidoking, I just have 4 attacks in Nidoking, and this thing really hurts his team. Last week, he did not have a switch-in for it against Uzi, but I know that he didn't have a good matchup versus Uzi, so it couldn't fit everything onto one team. So he might have a switch-in for it this time. I could see stuff like AV Mamoswine coming. I can also see Life Orb or Choice Band in Mamoswine. Another thing, this thing just hurts his team a lot. Also, something that can easily take hits from this thing is actually his Latias. If he's like a Spadef Latias, then he can take a hit. He can even take 2 Ice Beams if you really wanted to, if he is Max Spadef. So that's one thing that I need to keep in mind. He might bring that for this thing, and maybe enough speed to outspeed it as well. That would kind of make sense. But yeah, I really like this set. Just 4 attacks, nothing too special. And now my last mod, actually, I'll talk about what I originally had in the spot first. I had Banded Snorlax in that slot because it just destroys his team. He doesn't have a switch into it, and it's just really good versus team. I was going to carry Return, Self-Destruct, Heavy Slam, and my last move was going to be Crunch. Yeah. So he didn't have any switch-ins. He had even 2-shot Clefable, Max Defense Clefable, even 2-shot Vaporeon, and Vaporeon could not wish up on me if it switched in on me, because then it has to protect, and it doesn't have that extra moves, extra time to do that. So yeah, that's why I really wanted Snorlax to come in. I was really excited to use Snorlax, but unfortunately, I realized that this team gets destroyed by Vaporeon. I don't have a Skull switch-in as of yet. I mean, this thing is my best Skull switch-in. I don't want this thing being burned, especially because the residual damage, even though I was Scald, I wouldn't want this to burn, but then also I have Waterfall, which I think even after it gets burned, it does like the same damage as Scald to some mons, like Mega Aerodactyl, but that's not that big of a... Well, actually, it's just Spadef Mega Aerodactyl. Actually, never mind. Just ignore what I just said, but I don't know what I said, but it doesn't break Mega Aerodactyl sub once it's burned, so that's kind of annoying. And so I wanted to switch Snorlax out. I was thinking about maybe keeping Snorlax and changing Megazard X to Rest Sleep Talk, because then it takes on Vaporeon. It'll be really stally, but it still beats Vaporeon. But then if I do that, I lose a win condition. I mean, Roost wouldn't suffice because he is toxic and he'd be able to beat me 1v1. Or unless I drag, like, I mean, he could, but if there's rocks up, then he'll beat me 1v1 because I could go like SD or Swords Dance or Dragon Dance, but and he'll also have Protect, so I don't want to deal with that. Rest Sleep Talk would have just been better, but I decided instead of that, because I didn't want to lose a WinCon 1, and so I just decided to let Lax go, and I went with a Shed Skin, Scrafty, Bulk Up, Iron Head, Rest, and Knockoff. So I don't need Drain Punch or High Jump Kick or whatever for his team, because his fighting coverage is just not that good versus his team. And so Bulk Up can actually sweep his team. Roselli Barrier is there just in case, to take a Moonblast from Clefable. And then I could actually just beat his team potentially once Clefable is gone. There's a really good chance to beat his team. Now, after I made this team, I originally had leftovers, and I realized I was extremely weak to offensive Clefable, which I was kind of scared that he would bring, and then I watched his PAL match that he uploaded a couple days ago, I think, and against Raquin, and he used a offensive Clefable with like max speed, max special attack versus him with Life Orb, and it destroyed Raquin. So I was kind of scary about that. I don't think he'll bring it just because I had Snorlax, and Snorlax would have been easily able to deal with that. But that is definitely a potential that he might bring. So just so I wouldn't be as weak to it, I put Roselli Berry on this. And if he doesn't have any defense investment, he might be max HP and still offensive because he doesn't need much speed versus my team with Clefable. I will be able to two-shot with Iron Head if I'm at +1, so I can bulk up on the switch into Clefable. Then at Iron Head, he Moonblast with a Life Orb if he is the offensive set. And then it doesn't take me out, then I Iron Head and kill it after that. Obviously, I have to scout whether he's offensive or not. I don't think he will be, but it's just a precaution. Plus, if I'm set up a little bit, I can take a hit from it, and then I can Iron Head and kill it. Or actually, I will outspeed it most likely, unless he has like more speed investment that I think he'll bring. But yeah, so that is pretty much the team that I am bringing versus Bob, and we'll get into the actual battle right now. All right, we are here with the actual battle. So we got my team over here. He's brought a Mega Aerodactyl, he brought the Scolipede, he brought the Vaporeon, which was really threatening to my team, but I do have Scrafty to be able to switch on that thing and use it as setup fodder. He also brought Mamoswine, which I knew I had both Avalugg and my LMAO Ebola for, so that is pretty cool. What else? Yeah, Latias, I was kind of scary, but I did have my Jirachi. You can't really see it, but it's behind Avalugg, that's giant, big piece shit of ice. Right over here, do you see that right there? Yeah, and then, yeah, Avalugg is just trying to cover the whole entire fucking thing, but, I actually played this on April Fool's, so I did have I did play with the sprites, and I was gonna live comment. I really want to live comment and have the sprites. It was gonna be great, but just the live com, stuff happened in the live com, and I don't really want to go into it. Just not even that, and also it was just a bad day for me to record. I just wasn't feeling good. I was really nervous. Like like the commentary was so bad in this battle. And I don't know what happened in this battle, like in terms of like how my commentary is just really bad. I looked over and I don't want to use that, so we're just gonna go with this. And I thought that Nidoking was a pretty good lead versus him. Now in hindsight, it wasn't the best. Because he has this thing which can EQ it, but I don't take too much damage. He has a lot of stuff that can actually take care of Nidoking. And now looking at his team, but I thought I should let off with it, and I did. So we got Nidoking right over here, and he's going to lead off with his Mamoswine. Oh, what the fuck? It's on really slow for some reason. Okay, there we go. But he's going to lead off with Mamoswine. I don't really want to die, so I switch on to Avalugg. Honestly, just looking at his team, Nidoking did not do that much versus his team. He brought a pretty good team for, like, this thing knocks it off. This thing can EQ it. I mean, it's not, this thing can't kill it, I guess, so I could have used it as a check for Aerodactyl, but that's pretty much it. This thing, I mean, it's a nice check for Vaporeon if he's weakened, because T-Bolt does a lot. And then this thing side shocks me and outspeeds. This thing can EQ me, and I don't do too much, especially if it was AV, which I thought he might have been. So that's one reason why I switched out. And then yeah, Liepard knocks it off and gets rid of my Life Orb. And then I think I would kill it. I'm not sure. I haven't done the calc. I don't really think too much about Liepard, but And then this thing outspeeds me and earthquakes me. So maybe I should have sacked it off to get damage off. That would have been nice. But I thought that at this time that I had two good switches, being Avalugg and my LMAO Ebola. So I'm just going to switch into this thing. He's going to get Stealth Rocks up. Cool. And I didn't realize that how weak Avalanche was going to be if he did not attack me. So it only did 11%, which is kind of bad because if he has like sub, then he can sub up on me. But we do know he has does he not have left? Oh, I thought he had oh, wait, never mind. He doesn't even have a Life Orb. I thought he had Life Orb in the battle. I wasn't really, I forgot. But we're gonna do this, and he actually is Toxic, which is really bad. I'm doing like nothing with freaking Avalanche right now. So he's gonna go for another EQ, get a crit. Doesn't really matter. I mean, it kind of matters, but not that big of a deal because you know I have recover. But he is Toxic me, and I didn't really expect Toxic, and I can recover up. But look how much damage Toxic is going to do right here. So I'm still like 50%. I can recover again, but with the Toxic damage, I'm really not getting anywhere. So I'm just going to go and I'm going to switch out my other counter and I'm going to let it get Toxic, which is kind of bad. I'm going to go into LMAO Ebola and he's going to get Toxic off and I'm like, yo, let me kill this thing, and I don't. It was a roll, but it lived, unfortunately, and so he's going to switch out, use it up as fodder, I guess, and I'm going to go for another waterfall. I was really close to clicking Toxic right here, but I really just didn't want to miss, and I was probably my better play, but, you know, because I'm pretty sure Toxic would have taken him out. I'm pretty sure it would have, but, yeah, so I'm going to go into my counter for this thing, being this thing. I thought he was going to go straight for the shovel. He went for Calm Mind, so I was wondering if he's Calm Mind plus 3 attacks, but he actually shows T-Wave, which is kind of weird. I go for Body Slam, and he doesn't get paralyzed, which is unfortunate. And I'm going to go for another Body Slam, but I do get fully paralyzed, which is fine. He's going to go for the Scald. I can eat up Scalds from this thing, and I wanted to really get up my rocks. So I'm just going to take all this damage. Since I got paralyzed, I think 2 times in a row, which is fine. I'm not doing too well, obviously. The Avalugg already got weakened, and I'm really weak to Scolipede right now because of that. So I'm gonna switch out in my Scrafty, which is my counter for this thing, and right here I think I can set up bulk ups on this thing, and I really thought that he would be Wish, Protect, Toxic, and Skull. That's the thing I thought he would bring versus me, but he actually brings Roar, which is really bad because that means I can't set up on this thing. That means that Scrafty isn't a check for this thing. And also, by the way, I forgot to say at team preview, he did not bring Clefabled, which means that Scrafty runs through his team. The only things that I'm kind of scared about are Aerial Ace on Aerodactyl and also Play Rough on his Liepard. But the thing is, I have a Roselli Berry, so Liepard should not be too scary. So I am now going to, my plan is to win with Scrafty, and now this thing is going to have to die. It was a roll for me to kill me, and I wanted to get either a spin off or recover. I think I clicked recover at this point, but he ended up taking me out, which is really sad, and I can go into this thing, and I want to get a Toxic off on this thing. He's going to Protect, and he does show Protect, so now he's Wish, Protect, Scald, and Roar. And so I go for Wish right here, and he switches out into his Liepard. I think he gets a knockoff right here, which is kind of sad because now I don't even have Lefty's recovery. I'm getting damaged by Toxic, and so this is not the best for me. I weakened his Liepard, which is pretty nice, and I think right here I actually switch out into Scrafty, kind of expecting, I think, his Vaporeon, I think. Did I expect that? No, I didn't. I don't know what I expected right here. At that point, he could have actually gone for Encore on his Liepard, and I mean, I knew he could have Encore, obviously, Liepard. That's like the number one thing you think about when you think of Liepard, but, it's not the number one thing, obviously, but whatever, and I didn't scout for it, and I was just, I don't know, in this battle, I just really was not playing well. I was really in a weird mood, I don't know, and also the April Fool's sprites were actually kind of confusing me a little bit. Not that much, I can't really blame the April Fool's sprites, I really can't, but I'm going to go into Scrafty right here, and he's going to sack off Mamoswine, and I think I go for the rest right here, because I want to be at full health. He went for a Draco Meteor, I knew I could easily live one, and I could get a rest off, and I'm Shed Skin, so I should be able to soon I should get some nice turns if I get some nice shed skin turns. And he's going to go for the Roar right here. Roar me onto this thing. And this thing is one of the things that can do a ton of damage to the Vaporeon. So I'm going to Mega Evolve, get a Dragon Claw off. And this is a sub variant. And now I realize that since Avalugg got weakened, this sub variant is not going to work anymore because I need it at full health. Rocks are just going to hurt it too much. And I think I could have still pulled it off, but I really wasn't thinking. I should have. I could have still pulled it off with Healing Wish, but for some reason, even though I was Mega Vault, I thought I would still take 50%. So that was maybe I could have won, but I didn't really try winning with this later, which I maybe looking at his team, I might have. Which is kind of sad. I played Mega Zardex pretty poorly in this game, and I get paralyzed again, which is cool. I think all I went for was Body Slam, maybe. He goes for a Roar right here, and he's just going to Roar everything, and he wants to get Mega Zardex, obviously, again. And another Roar. And the thing is also, he had Toxic on this thing. He didn't have Toxic on this thing, so I could. This thing actually wasn't set up fodder because he had Roar, but yeah. I was just thinking about that. So I'm going to get another Dragon Claw off. Or was this my first Dragon Claw? I'm not sure. Yeah, that's my second one. It does a ton of damage to him. And so now I'm thinking I can Revenge Kill it with a Nido King. I can't Revenge Kill with Scrafty, which is what I want to Revenge Kill with. But because he has Roar. So right now I'm kind of thinking it's going to be really hard to sweep with Scrafty. I really need to get rid of Vaporeon. And then it can potentially sweep. So I'm gonna go for T-Bolt right here, and he actually goes for Protect. He stays in, and this is a roll, and I get like literally the lowest roll. I'm pretty sure that was the lowest roll, or he probably had Spadef investment actually, so it wasn't that low a roll, but I'm pretty sure it was still a roll, which kind of was unfortunate. I'm pretty sure it was, maybe it wasn't, because he might have been max Spadef now looking at it. And now I switched out right here. I switched out because I wouldn't have been able to beat him 1v1. Actually, I might have been able to beat him 1v1. I don't know how much his Scald does to me. I don't think it kills me, so I might have been able to kill him 1v1. And that's probably what I should have done. Now, looking at it in hindsight, I should have not switched out on this thing, but I was thinking I could get a Toxic off. And right now, I was just in a really bad position. I was not thinking straight at all. I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm not going to take it away from Bob, obviously, and say I wasn't thinking properly, and that's why I made like these game plays. He used to play pretty well, and he had really well actually. He had some stuff I did not expect. Although I should have expected like Toxic Mamoswine and Roar on Vaporeon. I just didn't think of it. And he's gonna overprotect right here, and I'm just in a bad situation. I really want to get this Toxic off, and yeah, he's going to switch out. He's going to go on Latias. I'm going to get a Toxic off on that. That's pretty cool. And now he can kill something. Sort of he can kill something. No, he can't kill Scrafty because that's my switch in. And I do go on to Scrafty. And now Scolipede comes out. And I know. No, not Scrafty doesn't come out. This thing comes out. And I kind of want to switch out. I knew SD was coming because I even said in my team preview that I thought he was going to run sub SD. And I should have just clicked Iron Head. But I didn't. I'm pretty sure I would have broken his sub. Yeah, I would have. I calc that. Would have broken his sub, and he is sub SD, so I fucked up. Now he just sets up, and he just wins the game. So I got 5-0'd this week, guys. Now, there's a lot of stuff that happened in the match. Like, I don't think I played the best. I really don't. And I kind of don't think I brought the correct team for him. I really should have not brought Avalugg. Avalugg, I'm sorry, Avalugg. I really want you to work this match. You had a good matchup, but Togekiss would have been way, way better for this match. And I just wanted you to work, man, and you didn't work. So that is pretty sad. Avalugg just was trash. I mean, I also didn't think about Toxic, and I was really, like, in my team preview, I really want to use Avalugg. And that was kind of my bad. I knew that Togekiss would have been really nice, but I knew it would have been really nice because I was really scared of stuff like Toxic and like Thunder Wave from some stuff. And I was really scared of some of that stuff, and I should have really brought Heal Bell on Togekiss, which was what I would have definitely brought if I brought it this week. So that's kind of that's kind of unfortunate. And what else is there to say? Also, this is my first like big loss I've ever had in League format, which is kind of nice that I'm actually having like a big loss, because okay, let me explain why I've not ever had a big loss. It's because I've only been in the MPL before. That's like the only league I've ever been in, besides, you know, some fun leagues like what is it? I got destroyed once in the NUCL, but I only played like 3 NUCL matches, and it wasn't really serious. I really didn't care about it. So This is like the first real loss on, like, not real loss, it's like the first big loss I'm having. And I also prepped, I thought I prepped pretty, now looking back at it, I didn't prep correctly, but I think I could have prepped better, but I spent quite a bit of time on the team, and it's kind of like, it's like a wake-up call. I guess that's how I could say it, but it's kind of nice to have like one big loss, because now I know that I'm gonna try even harder versus Uzi, and I know my mistakes in this match now. I played like ass, like I played trash, and then on top of that, Avalug. Well, I mean, Avalug in high, like, it looked good versus team, but there was some stuff like Toxic Mamoswine just beat it, which is, the funny thing is I meant for it to counter Mamoswine. I meant for it to roar some stuff out, and he didn't end up bringing anything that I thought he might have brought, or those things I thought he might have brought. If I should have really kept it safe, not safe, I really should have probably switched on the Alamomola instead of this thing, because I really needed my Avalug to be able to roar out Scolipede, and I ended up sacking it off, and then I became really weak to Scolipede. So I just played the game pretty badly, and Scrafty could have won. I was also thinking that to sack everything off and then just have Scrafty at the end, because he couldn't roar me out after that. All he had was, he didn't even have Aerial Ace on Aerodactyl. He didn't come to revenge kill me with it earlier in the game as well, so he even told me he didn't have it. So the only thing really that could have stopped it was Lipard. Like, I could have beaten his team, and if it was a nice set I brought, and I think I could have definitely won with that set, but I just played everything really badly, and he set up with Scolipede, and he won. So yeah, there's gonna be no MPO match tomorrow. I don't know what I'm gonna do with uploads on the channel anymore, honestly. I'm not gonna be having any more MPO videos ever again on my channel, but yeah, if you really want to know, I guess just check Twitter, or yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. But I don't know what else to say, man. What else? I think that's it. So Bob won. We lost 5-0. So I've only had 5-0s in this league. I got 2 5-0s in the beginning, and I lost 5-0 here. But we can definitely come back from this, guys. So I'm not too worried. It's just more like a wake up call. I really wanted to win versus Bob, and now I have to give him my nudes now. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.